I am thrilled to be here with you. It's been a long time since I've done a Facebook Live, so I see this swirling on my computer. I sure hope this is working. I'm going to talk a little bit longer just so I can make sure. Facebook has just thrown a whole new thing in front of me, so I'm getting used to Facebook Lives on Facebook again. But I think everything's working now. So, hello, thank you for joining me for this impromptu. I woke up this morning and there's been this awareness bubbling up in me for about a week here, and it was time to speak to it. Last week I was registered to be at a meeting where the speaker was speaking on some work that I'm very familiar with, like what's your money story. I've been an abundance coach for 25 plus years, and during that time I've worked with my clients and myself on my money story. I've worked on my money mindset. I have taught and practiced the law of attraction. I've used gratitude. I've used vision boards. I've used affirmations. And I've probably invented a few original prosperity and abundance practices as well. It's the world I've lived in. It's the ocean I've swam in, if that's the right English, for the past 25 plus years. And yet, despite all of that, my dominant experience in life, and especially with money, was scarcity. As I was listening to the speaker talk about money story, I finally got all that's been bubbling and why money story work, money mindset work, the law of attraction, affirmations, vision boards, getting out of debt, money management, all of that, while absolutely great and necessary practices and important work, it's not enough. It is not going to create the experience of abundance that's available to us. We can be aware of our money story. We can change our money mindset. But what we're not addressing, what I didn't address for 20 plus years, was the story underneath all of those stories. I believe in the law of attraction. It's a powerful practice. It's how things work. I believe that money mindset and knowing your money story and releasing old disempowering money messages and beliefs is essential. All of those things are like great programs on your computer. Like one is Microsoft Word and one is Microsoft PowerPoint and one is Grammarly and one is Excel and one is, different programs on your computer. Great, important, valuable. We want to use them. We need to use them. But a lot of those programs are not going to work on an Apple operating system. They're not going to work. Great programs won't work if the operating system that they're installed on isn't compatible. You see, money story work, money mindset work is great. But what's not happening for us individually and collectively is we're not seeing the operating system we're changing those stories on top of. And because we're not addressing the underlying operating system, what I call the archetype of scarcity, it's a collective, unconscious belief system, operating system in this world. And all of that other stuff that I did for 25 years, that I taught my clients, that made a difference to a point, but no matter how much I made or how successful I was or how little I spent or got out of debt or whatever, it didn't change the fact that my primary experience in life, especially with money, because we think it's what gives us security and power and freedom, it was still scarcity and fear. Now, I've worked with people where that scarcity around money literally is, I don't have enough money to pay my bills. I've been there. I've also worked with people who have scarcity around money where they're completely debt free, own their home, have $1 million in their bank accounts and more in investment, and they're only in their 40s. They have plenty of money. They're in great shape financially. And yet, they're afraid they're not going to have enough money. They're afraid to spend money. I have others who have money and feel guilty about having money and feel guilty if they spend money. See, scarcity shows up in many different forms. It's like Baskin-Robbins ice cream. It's all ice cream, different flavors. It's still scarcity. And that scarcity is a symptom of the operating system our world has been built in, this archetype of scarcity I'm sharing with you. And unless you can see that and address at that level, shift the operating system, all of our money mindset work, our law of attraction work, our money management work, our getting out of debt work, all of the things that we know to do and are important and valuable, and I still teach, will never work. It will still not be enough. We won't be as free. We won't feel as secure. We won't feel as fulfilled as we thought we would. We will feel like I am meant to be more than I'm being, but I can't do anything about it because of the money. We'll be stuck in jobs we hate and drain the life energy out of us because of the money. There's never an amount of enough that's going to change that, because those are the symptoms of the underlying story that, as far as I know, is not being addressed, and I have now dedicated my life to addressing, because once I saw it and started to do the healing and transformation work at that level for myself and with my clients, then all of those other practices and tools started to work. Like, really started to work. And by work, I mean I and the people I work with start to live in an experience of abundance, no matter what might be happening in any given moment with their actual financial results and reality. This is what I want to share with you. Because until we do that, it's like what we're doing to support our own abundance, and especially our financial abundance, it's a little bit like making your yard look better by cutting off the yellow dandelion tops and not digging down to get the taproot. Money story work is important. Please do it. Money mindset work is important. Please do it. Law of attraction work is important. Please do it. Getting out of debt is important. Please do it. Trying to make more money is important. Please do it. Saving and investing, yes, please do it. But my invitation for you is do all of that on top of a new operating system, which is actually an ancient, sacred operating system that I call the archetype of abundance. Upgrade your operating system. Actually, don't even upgrade. Change it. Completely different. Now, how do you do that? Well, that's what I'm here to share with you. So first, here's the first step. That new operating system, like the key or the access code that you have to type in when you're installing something new on your computer, begins with a totally new understanding of abundance. The abundance that what we think of as abundance in our culture, that's part of what keeps us trapped in that archetype of scarcity. Now, you can discover what that new definition of abundance is by going to my webpage, teresaromaine.com. Click on the button, begin here, go down to the bottom, and that's when you'll get that. That's the first step, because that definition begins the transformation. Once you've done that, you'll get an email with information about a free 90-minute webinar I do that I deep dive into exposing this underlying hidden archetype of scarcity that we're building everything else on top of, and showing you and introducing you to the building blocks of the archetype of abundance that can change everything. Not just for you, my friends, but in our world. Because that ancient archetype of scarcity, that hidden, collective, unconscious archetype of scarcity, that operating system of scarcity, is at the heart of so many of the problems we are experiencing and facing, the challenges we're facing in our world right now. Whether that's systemic poverty, racism, environmental degradation, it doesn't matter. It's all going back to that. So for your sake, and for the sake of others, our world, and our next generation, I invite you, check it out. Get the new definition. Join me on the Monumental Money Shift webinar. I'll put links down in the comments after this, and see if indeed, like me, you'll get, oh, this is the missing piece that will make everything else work so much better. Thanks for watching. I hope I'll see you on my webinar. Have a great day.